Want it on? We're good. Okay, well, let's roll into our post-race and our first race in the 2011 chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup here at Chicagoland Speedway. It's the 11th annual Geico 400. And our third-place finisher in today's race is Dale Earnhardt Jr. He drives the number 88 Amp Energy National Guard Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. Great run out there today, Dale. You gained a lot of positions in the points. You're only 13 points now out of first place. Certainly talk about your performance out there today, the number 88 car.
Well, obviously, we gained a lot of spots there at the end with some guys who were short on fuel, but we were running really well at the end. The car struggled off and on throughout the day, and we didn't have great track position either. But at the end, the car was really good, and I think we were up in the top 10 there. So real happy with being able to adjust the car and improve it. That's all you can ask for as a driver, that the car gets better all day long. We also had been struggling on pit road all year, and we worked really hard. The guys worked really hard to improve, and they had an excellent day on pit road. The car drove, like I said, off and on. It was pretty decent all weekend. We tried to be really smart and utilize every minute in practice and try to really focus in practice and get everything we could out of it, and try to just be really smart, about our adjustments and what we were trying to learn from the car throughout the weekend so we could put a good car out on the starting grid today, and I think we did a good job of that. I hated how we kind of struggled in the middle part of the race, but it was a really competitive field, and it was important to try to restart on the inside, at least for most guys. A couple times we had to start on the outside and we'd lose a few spots there, but and they're so hard to get back. But real happy how it turned out. We were never worried about our fuel mileage. Steve said we're about 0.3 of a lap short before we ever took the green flag for that last run, and we were going a little faster, so we started worrying that maybe we were going to get, this was probably the worst fuel mileage we was going to have all day long. So we started backing off and saving gas with about 20 to go, and saved just enough. It started running out off of 4, and it ran to the finish line, but it wouldn't have made another lap.
Okay, questions now for Dale. If you have one, go ahead. Start with Jenna.
Jenna Fryer, AP.
Good job, man. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're fine. Dale, it's your best finish in 14 races. Is this the shot in the arm that you need? And I don't know, it seems that you flipped a switch. All of a sudden you but you made the in-race adjustments that you needed to do. I mean, have you guys kicked it into another gear?
Well, I felt like that we would do well in the chase. These are good tracks for me. And the tracks where I ran poorly this year just aren't, if you look at my track record, I don't run good those tracks. And I was hoping Steve would give me a little magic to fix that, but we'll have to wait till next year to see. But I felt like we would rebound and kind of return to the form we had at the start of the year. And again, a lot of guys ran out of gas today, but we did adjust and improve the car and get fast at the end there, and drove by a bunch of guys that really weren't saving. So that felt pretty good how the car was running at the end.
We'll take another one from Nate, and then we'll go hear from Kevin, too. Go ahead, Nate.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Dale, for you, does this feel a little bit like the beginning of the season again, where you guys were turning, 11th and 12th and the 6th and 7th, that you guys kind of maybe stole one a little bit and got that early season strategy magic back? And can you talk about what was it like the closing laps where you're just whizzing by guys as they're running out of fuel?
Yeah, basically everybody ran out on the last lap, so I was just counting them as I went by, and I didn't know what place I was in, to be honest with you, so I didn't know where I'd finish till after Steve told me. But I just knew we were going to get a good finish if we didn't run out of fuel. I was happy where we were. I thought we had really improved throughout the day. And yeah, it felt a lot similar to how we had ran earlier in the year, where we would, we would use strategy to improve our finishing position.
Let's hear now also from Kevin Harvick, our race runner-up in today's 11th annual Geico 400, and he's also our points leader. He's got a 7-point lead now over Tony Stewart. Kevin, congratulations on a super run out there today. A lot of excitement there towards the end. Just talk about your run.
It was a solid day for us. Obviously the last 3 weeks have been really good for our Budweiser team, and we just got to keep going. I felt like we had saved a fair amount of gas, under caution in the first 15, 18 laps and never really had to push my car very hard and just kind of maintain the pace that I was running. And as we got a couple gaps, we were able to shut it off 5 or 6 times. And when Gil said go, he guessed it about right because it ran out coming onto pit road there after we took the checkered flag. So it was good calculations by the guys and a good solid day.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for both Dale and Kevin. Raise your hand. We'll come to you. Let's go to Jenna and then back to Nate.
Jennifer, AP, Kevin, how nerve-wracking was that over those final 15 or so laps? It seemed like Kenseth said, look, I've got to save gas, but you never seemed to let up.
We just went about it different. We tried to do it a different way in the run. And when he turned me loose, I was still a little bit gun shy. I should have just listened to him because, I was probably that one lap that I shut the engine off twice. Was probably the lap that I needed to catch the 14. But either way, it was still a good day, and there was no way we needed to run out of gas. So you can put yourself in such a big hole right off the bat if you're not careful here.
Let's go back to Nate. Go ahead, Nate.
Nate Ryan, USA Day. Chase drivers were 8 of the top 10 finishers today, and it just seemed like you guys set the tone all day long. This track has a history of sort of being fluky sometimes with like a Ruderman win last year. Did it feel today like this was, well, you guys know what I mean. Did it feel today like this was like the championship contenders came out, made a statement that, is this going to kind of be maybe where you guys are expecting it the rest of the way, that like you guys have said, it's going to take top 5s, top 10s to be in this thing?
Yeah, I looked up at one point and I said, oh man, we've done pretty good today. We've come from 30th and we're running 7th. And I was behind 6 guys running in the chase. So it's just there's a reason that those 12 guys are running where they had all year and are in the chase, and it always seems like everybody steps up this time of year, and those guys just have a little more to go after. So I don't think that's going to be abnormal.
Additional questions? Anyone else? Jenna, another one there, please. Terry?
Jenna, again, you think these guys, like 17 was running well, 18 was running well, 48 was in the top 5. They run out of gas. How big of a hole are they in now?
You want to, last year we lost the championship by 41 points, and we missed second by 2 points, and we came behind into the chase last year. So every point matters right now because somebody's going to put 10 weeks together and make it happen, and if they don't, then I'll be surprised. But every point matters right now. You can lose by 1 point and give up right off the bat. You put yourself in a hole. So I don't know about the 48. He's put himself in a hole a number of times and figured out how to win it. So who knows about those guys?
Over here, Terry. Raise your hand, Jeff.
Jeff Gluck from SBNation.com. For both of you, were you surprised that 18 wasn't as much of a factor as people maybe would have expected here today?
I really thought he ran pretty well. The one guy I thought was surprised was the 00. He was pretty good in practice, and he ran well here last year. But you just never know who's going to show up each week. And this was a unique deal with the rain delay and everything else, and kind of maybe threw a few teams a curveball that they didn't expect. But I was, like Kevin said, everybody in the top 12, man, it was so hard to pass. Everybody was so competitive and really similar. So, if you wanted to hold a guy up, you could just real easily take his line away and make it hell for him to get by you. And that's what a lot of guys do. So, he just I thought the 18 ran pretty well. He might have had some struggles on pit road or something that lost him some spots. And once you lose a few, it's tough.
Kevin, any comment on that?
Yeah, I was running 6th or 7th, and he was right in there. And I don't know what happened on the pit stop, but he disappeared. So I don't know if they must have had a bad stop on pit road or something.
Come back over here to Newton. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, David Newton, ESPN.com. This is for Kevin. Tony said on Thursday when we got together with you guys that 5 drivers didn't have a chance to win this thing, and he was one of them. You think he was just sandbagging a little bit, or?
Yeah. Counting Tony Stewart out is like that's pretty funny that he counts himself out. The guys won a ton of races, and to start off the chase like they did today, and have the notes and teammates and things to lean on at Hendrick Motorsports and Ryan and all the stuff they have to lean on. There's no way that they were going to be totally out to lunch. So I think that's yet to be seen. So he ran strong all day and drove from the back to the front and led the race, and and won the race. So he shouldn't count himself out. That's pretty funny.
Let's go to the press box for question. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports for Kevin. What was going on pit road? And after watching the Hendrick cars out there, it looks like they picked up some on their horsepower. What can you just talk about the strength of those engines in general, please? Thank you.
I didn't see any added strength on the engines, but pit road was just a bad scenario. The 22 was running up front most of the day, and the 9 was running behind me, and I was pitted in between them, and it was bad for all three of us. So there's really no way to get around it other than to try to do the best you can, and nobody ran into anybody or anybody's guys or anything like that. So you just I'm sure the other two guys were as frustrated as I was, but just a bad qualifying resulted in a bad pit selection there.
Let's go to Dustin right here, and then across to Jenna. Go ahead.
Dustin Long, Landmark Newspapers for both of you. At the end of the day, what do you take away from this? I think this is now, for the last 5 years, a driver who hadn't won during the regular season wins the opening race of the Chase. Certainly in the past, a couple guys have been able to finish third, but the champion hasn't won the first race. So what do you take out of it?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm just happy that we finished second. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, it's there was still a lot of question marks for us coming into the Chase on the mile-and-a-half stuff, and but the car was solid all weekend. Stats are stats, and for us, it's 1 week at a time, one lap, one practice. It's just 1 minute at a time, literally going through the motions. So if you can come out of here with the second, during the year it was all about trying to win races. Now it's about accumulating points.
Yeah, same here. Just happy to run third, happy to maximize our potential today, and start thinking and working on the next one.
Go to Jenna, and then we'll go to this gentleman over here. Go ahead.
Kevin, did you and the 31 and the 33 have some personnel changes on pit crews this weekend?
Yeah, I think there was. A lot of pit crew changes, just trying to make everybody's teams better. So I don't exactly know how it all shook out.
Did it feel okay to you? Did things go okay today?
Yeah, I mean, the last pit stop we gained 3 spots, so it went pretty good.
Go ahead, sir.
Dave Margliano from WJOL Joliet. What did the rainout do? Did it take any rubber off the track, or did you see the track staying pretty tight? We saw the color didn't really change that much. How did it affect your driving?
It made my back hurt from laying on the couch too much. I know that for sure. But really, I was surprised when the race started as black as the groove was, and my car didn't really change much.
Your setup didn't change at all. Thank you.
Dale, any comment about the track changing from yesterday or the other day?
Yeah, I didn't really notice much. I thought the track was in great shape when this race started, and all day long it was good.
Any other questions? Okay, guys, good start. Talk to you soon. Thank you.